What is freaking happening today, traders? God bless each and every single one of you guys. Today, we're going to be going over stock ticker AMC, baby, as well as Gamestop and the broader market. So if you guys are interested in that, stay the full length of the video and let's freaking go, man. I wanted to start on the 1 hour chart from AMC's Webull chart. And I got a comment yesterday saying, is Webull free? Webull is 100% free, man. Absolutely bang up, fantastic platform. I love it because you can see a lot of the EMAs very clearly and overnight trading, unlike things like TradingView. TradingView doesn't actually show you the overnight trading for stocks like AMC. Just a little tidbit there. And as you guys can see, this freaking silly little bear trap is nothing more than that, right? And I see a lot of apes on Twitter freaking out about this drawdown. Even though you had an overnight breakout of this handle of the wedge, you have come all the way to the pinnacle here, and in doing so, traders, you've seen volume pretty much next to freaking zero, right? Zilch. You haven't seen any volume come into the chat on the freaking 1 hour chart either, and that leads me to believe that this is just more consolidation within this channel until you see a freaking breakout. Right, on the daily time frame and on the freaking short-term time frames, it remains unchanged, right? I remain bullish on AMC even after you've seen such a big drawdown today, and I actually think there's a stronger possibility today going into the power hour that you finish with a potential bullish hammer candle. Or a doji, right? A doji would be freaking fantastic, man. But looking at the 1 hour chart on TradingView, guys, I just want to say I am cool, calm, collected looking at this thing. Make touches of bullish divergence once again, right? A slightly equal low, right? Equal low on the oversold territory of the RSI on the 1 hour chart as you make a technical lower low on the stock. And the volume, like we said, is absolutely zero. And as you guys can see on the 1 hour chart, I'll zoom out for you guys so you can see a little bit better. Typically, when you make these double bottoms in oversold territory at AMC, the bottom is close to in, guys. Now look at the previous double bottom, right? This is very, very micro double bottom on the freaking RSI. Get out of here, whatever that pop-up is. This is a double bottom on the RSI, right? Equal low in oversold territory, but a lower low on the stock. That's bullish divergence. What happened and what ensued was a very quick and speedy 21% in 6 hours, and that was the bottom from this local time frame before you make a higher high on the stock, right? All the way up 89%. Another good example here on the 1 hour time frame, traders, is this double bottom right here. A lower low in the price, a slightly lower low in the 1 hour RSI. What did you go and do? Little poppy, little pop, 33%. And the technical patterns go on and on and on and on, guys. Double bottom, lower low, higher low on the RSI, and then what was that? That was your local low for that run, and then you went on to stretch 134%. So you're making signs that make me believe that this may be close to the bottom on AMC. 145 we knew is a very, very solid base for this thing to kind of round out at, and as long as you stay above what we talked about in our last video, traders, as you see AMC starting to freaking push the breakout here a little bit, seeing a little bit of a move towards 146. On the daily time frame, we mentioned two things, right? As long as you stay above this 50-day EMA on the daily time frame as your technical retest of that daily golden cross, guys, you are pitch perfect bullish on this thing. And truthfully, guys, of course, I wanted to see us regain the 9-day EMA, now trading around 258. If you see this thing spill over from this handle, right, that would be absolutely heartbreaking. But if you see it, traders, staying above this 220 area is going to be your next key area of supportive resistance, guys. But like we've said before, it is oftentimes when the volume is driest in these volume exhausted downtrends, right? You can now see you have been on the freaking cusp of breaking out of this multi-week, right? 3-week downtrend in volume coming to an end potentially today or tomorrow on the daily time frame. That is going to come with what I believe to be a pretty big move. You see it time and time again with AMC. And another good example is right here, right? Volume downtrend that breaks and that marks your bottom and you continue to move up. Let's see another one. Another good example. Volume downtrend that breaks on an extremely low volume day, and then that marks the end of this consolidation, and then you move up, retest the 50, and then run, right? We're looking for something similar on AMC as you kind of carve out a potential bottom here within this handle or wedge formation. I freaking love the looks. I think it's easily going to be able to push this thing back up because of how low the volume here is. I want to look at the Bollinger Bands just because I haven't taken a peeky weeky at those in a very long time. But you can see, guys, you're also literally on the mid band of the freaking Bollinger Bands, guys. That is significantly bullish, and it makes a lot of sense of why you're wicking back up here to potentially find a bottom on the mid band of the Bollinger Bands, guys. We've said it time and time again. The Bollinger Bands are not a indicator that's going to predict when this thing is going to shoot down, but it is, guys, or shoot down or shoot up, right? But it is going to tell you when the volatility is going to occur. Now you have the bands beginning to squeeze here a little bit after testing the top side of it, retesting and holding this mid band as a base foundation is going to be, in my opinion, a very powerful indicator to potentially send you higher, right? You want to see this thing hold this $245 territory for maximum strength in this run. Falling below it means you're probably going to test $2.20 to $2.02. So that's kind of our daily outlook on AMC. It looks freaking phenomenal in my opinion, right? We still have yet to see a breakout and a maintained breakout on this thing from the shorter time frame. So nothing has changed. I remain bullish. You remain putting in signs that a low and a bottom may be in here. And nothing has really changed. Looking at this thing. Daily's good. 1 hour's good. What's the monthly look like? Monthly, not the best, right? Ideally on the monthly chart, you want to see this thing wick here and then potentially close above this previous all-time low uptrend. That's going to be absolutely critical. So even if you see this thing consolidate, maybe August finishes as a fat nothing burger. Closing above this uptrend is going to mean, in my eyes, whether or not you're going to continue to go higher or whether or not you need a little bit more chop. If you close below, you may chop a little bit further before seeing this thing break out on the macro. But this potential, right, all-time low bottom looks phenomenal in my eyes. You've broken out of your macro falling wedge here. So nothing has changed there. And you remain above it, not just on TradingView on the monthly time frame, but also on the daily time frame from AMC on the Webull chart, right? You're literally right on top of it, guys. And so these kind of low volume retests are oftentimes the most explosive rebounds in my eyes. So everyone being bearish here, in my opinion, is getting it absolutely freaking wrong. Unless you see the volume pick up here for the bears, this thing has never looked better in the short-term time frame. And I know that's a stretch, even though we're down 5%, but I just want you guys to put your freaking macro lens on right now. Even though you're down 5% today, take a little zoom out with me, right? And look at where you are, right? You're retesting this critical point of resistance on the macro chart, well within this handle, while underneath this volume downtrend. Bullish in my eyes. I'll continue to cover AMC every single day, but that's kind of your short-term outlook on the stock. I'll go into GameStop in just a minute, but I want to cover this in regards to AMC as well. We posted on our community chat silver, right? And silver looks freaking phenomenal, but with that breakout of silver, you're seeing HYMC fly right now, up already about 40% from that downtrend or this falling wedge breakout. So this is just what I wanted to say. This looks good for AMC. I think the breakout of this RSI downtrend is extremely bullish, but just be careful here because you do have a touch of bearish divergence, making a higher high on the RSI, but a slightly lower low on the stock price. So just have that in mind, right? Be careful, do your due diligence. There is the potential for this thing to run another 65% to the top of this channel. If it does, right, that is an absolute flashing sign that this thing may peel back. So just want to do that coverage on HYMC. It looks phenomenal on the short-term time frame. That breakout is a strong one. Just expect some resistance right around $30, as that was also your horizontal top here, right? And kind of like this support, right? So this $30 to $33 territory is a doozy for HYMC if you guys are trading this on the short term. Let's see. GameStop. Yes. GME, baby. See some news today that Kalshi wanted to post about. I'm seeing a lot of different people post about this. GameStop particularly made some news today and saw a beautiful move up in the pre-market. Already seeing that retrace so far, right? You're closing towards the bottom of the daily candle already at 914. But your volume remains piss poor here, guys. The volume remains absolutely nothing, right? So you need to see this thing rebound with some high volume if you want to see this break up. Otherwise, it looks like you're in for some more freaking chop. And this has kind of been our thesis on GameStop. You're going to see this thing continue to chop on the daily time frame until you get clarity, right? One sign, 1 penny, 1 cent of clarity from GME about the eBay acquisition. And this is just a rumor, right? And you see the thing freaking run up like crazy in pre-market. If you want to see this thing gain all the way back to its gap fill on the monthly time frame of about 2167, you're going to want to see clarity on this eBay deal. All right. Beyond that, guys, I know we had the clarity or the rumor on eBay for GameStop, but I just want to cover this, and I covered this in my live stream yesterday. You have weekly bullish divergence on GME. It is the first time you've had it since all the way back here, right? Since this uptrend in price, but this downtrend in the RSI, that's hidden bullish divergence. This is just textbook weekly bullish divergence when you make a lower low, but the stocks make a higher low on the RSI. That's very indicative, guys, of a potential bear trap here if you see some further clarity spill over on eBay, or you see Ryan Cohen pull out altogether. Now, I don't know Ryan Cohen personally, but I do know his pullout game is pretty strong when you look at things like Bye Bye Baby and other potential things that he wanted to get, business ventures that he wanted to go down. I would not be surprised in the latest or in the least to see him repeal this and just take the gains on eBay and freaking run, right? They're freaking up crazy amounts on eBay stock. As you can see, the more he talks about eBay, the more it freaking runs, guys. As GameStop started to accumulate all the way back here, right? All the way back here. Look at where you are, right? Crazy gains on their position. So not financial advice. I like the stock. I think GameStop is primed to potentially rebound here, fill the gap on the monthly time frame of about $21, 21 schmeckles, and invalidate this breakdown. But we're going to have to wait and see for more clarity and volume to spill in here for GME. It's a very interesting opportunity on GameStop. And without further ado, let's get into what I think is the most exciting part of the day, right? IWM. IWM seeing a slightly green day and a potential hammer candle on the daily, guys. This is extremely bullish because not only did you didn't fill the gap. So that is the only bad thing about this, but not only did you start to print a daily or a 1 hour hammer candle, geez Louise, but looking at the 1 hour, guys, you can zoom out here with me and you can see how important this freaking uptrend has been on the 1 hour chart and on IWM in general, right? That's been your low to your high, your low to your high, your fake breakdown within this falling wedge, your breakout, your hesitancy right underneath the uptrend, and then you break back above. And now you've not just retested it once, but twice. If you see this thing launch off of this hammer candle, which looks pretty nasty, right? Looks pretty nice. You could see this thing break this descending level of resistance and then go for a freaking tear, man. Technical profit target would just be the flagpole on top of the flag, and that would take you to freaking Tendy Town, man. That takes you upwards of the 317 to 320 resistance that we've bumped our head on a couple different times already. I like the technical confluence. I think this bodes bullish for AMC and GameStop and the small cap asset market, and that's why we're covering it today. IWM has been a quintessential part of this run up on AMC, seeing a bullish bounce into the $300 territory, and AMC finding a freaking macro bottom on the larger picture, guys. In my eyes, I remain bullish. It looks nice, and I cannot help but say I think shorts are going to be wrong here, and I think there is going to be a potential repricing on AMC stock if you see some of the more macro fundamentals continue to develop. Record revenues, record attendance, and record EBITDA. EBITDA, guys, the three freaking musketeers all hitting true on AMC. So until next time, guys, God bless each and every single one of you guys. Hope you're having a stand up freaking day. And as always, traders, I do believe the best is yet to come. I'll catch you in the next one. Much love and peace.